Today, we're going to talk about whether or not the WNBA will ever make money and whether the owners actually do want to make money. Hello, everybody, and welcome to our channel. I'm Mark.
And I'm Rob.
Hey, if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do so and hit the notification bell when you do so you get notified of our next video. So this is in response to a comment that someone on our website made named Basil Faulty. And he made a comment on one of our videos and said, they don't understand the concept of organic fan growth for a player as they do for the league, maybe even less so. The WNBA, NFL, Major League Baseball all have a long and complicated history in regard to their creation as a league. None of them were created as a money marketing venture. On the contrary, many of them were an expense for corporations who held competitions and others in their area or market. The WNBA was created solely by the NBA as a potential source of money, pushing the ABL out of business in the process. Only 3 of the original teams remain. The others all bailed. They knew it was a failed project in terms of a successful business. Those that remain all accept the league as an activist outlet and are rich enough to assume the expense and likely absorbing funds from other philanthropic ventures. Now, I want to take issue with some of the stuff in the comment, which is not unusual because we disagree with this person on a regular basis. But I do not believe the WNBA, the NFL, or the Major League Baseball, MLB, that none of them were created as a money-making venture. I believe the main reason all 3 of them were created was a money-making venture. And also, there might have been other reasons in addition to that, but I'm not sure what facts he's getting because when I looked it up, none of them indicated that they weren't started to make money. So I don't know where he's getting that from, Rob, but that's a strange comment.
Why would you invest? Yeah, why would you invest in something, a team, and not think that you're going to make money out of it? That doesn't make sense. And then even if you, especially nowadays, now it's a great deal to invest in a major league team because you're going to make money even if you don't win any games. If you go in baseball, if you don't win any games, in NFL, you don't win any games, you're still going to get money from the revenue from the TV and combined, whatever revenue. So if I had money, I definitely would buy a team.
Well, he's saying corporations were just basically trying to compete with other corporations for prestige. Like I think he's indicating, like because their team won the championship, but they also wanted to make money, and they weren't going to just waste a lot of money for prestige.
Yeah, what corporations is he talking about? What Pepsi? What major corporations are? I mean, they're in there for the advertising deal. But as far as them totally owning, I mean, they do have their names stuck on the stadiums now. A lot of them now, but as far as control or the bottom, like I said, the bottom line, like Ric Flair says, the bottom line is money.
And the interesting thing is, I don't think the WNBA was created solely by the NBA as a potential source of money. I think they were trying to help the women out. I think they saw it as a potential source of money, but I get the feeling they knew that it was going to be an uphill battle because women basketball was not going to be as popular as men. And pushing the ABL out was just because there's not enough of demand for 2 women leagues in basketball. There's barely enough for one. And in fact, there wasn't enough for one until Caitlin Clark came around.
Right.
And so,
I agree. I mean, I think the NBA was trying to help them out. I mean, and of course they're trying to make a feeler out, saying, well, maybe we could build this league up. Maybe people will start having interest in it, which they did. There was an interest in it in the beginning, then it kind of faded out, and now it's back up with Caitlin Clark. But the NBA is still kind of like standing back and not really helping them out financially. They're like the WNBA is depending totally on them financially.
Well, they did get out because he said it was a failed project in terms of successful business. Yes, that's why they get out. If their team in the league is losing money and you don't see they're going to turn the corner anytime soon, you get out. But some of them remain because they thought they would turn the corner at some point. And I don't know if they remain because they accepted the league as an activist league or activist outlet, as he said, or whether or not they actually thought they could turn the corner and make some money.
Mm.
And some people say that Herb Simon, for instance, uses this as a tax expense, tax write-off. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't do his taxes, and it's not that easy to actually just put this as a tax write-off. It's a separate company from the Indiana Pacers, but I'll leave that up to his accountant in terms of that.
Right.
But I do believe that there are now owners such as Renee Montgomery in Atlanta and Sheila Johnson with the Washington Mystics who are definitely activists, and that more than probably half the owners right now are accepting of the activists, and the league won't change until some owners get involved more that aren't activists or start owning new teams and they become the majority. And I think at that point, there'll be some changes in the WNBA. Right now, there's not changes. We didn't see any changes in the WNBA to help them make money this year. All they did was try to downplay Caitlin Clark, which hurt them to make money.
Well, let's see what they're expanding. So they have two or three teams coming in expansion. So they must have some type of plan.
One, and then four.
Yeah.
They have a fourth one coming.
Yeah,
so if those owners, go ahead, Rob, sorry.
Let me finish this. So they must have some type of plan about what they want to do, and maybe so these new owners are coming in and be like, wait a minute, you activist owners, you can do your activist thing, but we want to make money, so you can do your thing and say bad things, say stupid things about Caitlin Clark and all these awards and how you can't put one person ahead to make the league look great. Well, sorry, we got Caitlin Clark. She's pulling in all this money. She's pulling in all the fans that never have watched WNBA. So go away. We're gonna do our thing.
Right. I don't know what the ratio is or total numbers of owners that want to just make money or generally want to make money, as opposed to the owners that just care more about being an activist league. But I do know that 4 new teams are coming in the next 4 years, including this year. And if those teams are interested in making money and not being activists, at some point, they're going to outweigh all the activist owners. Like I said, I don't know if it's 7-5, 8-3, and there's co-owners and stuff like that on these teams. But I think that would be a good thing for the WNBA if these people that are coming in want to make money and don't want to be activists.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I mean, they're investing. You're investing in something. Like I said, if I had that kind of money, when I'm looking for something, I would invest in a team. If it was a WNBA team expansion, I probably would invest in it because you never know. Like I said, it's going to grow because you see it's going to grow with. If you're looking at college basketball, not just Caitlin Clark, she's got it rolling. But now if you look at college basketball, you get some great athletes coming in. I'm like, hey, people are going to go out and watch them.
Now, as you've seen, many comments have been made by people calling this a welfare league. And the reason that they have gotten away with being an activist league and not worry about making money is because the NBA supports them. At some point, the NBA may get upset that they're more interested in being an activist league and not making money. And if this year didn't wake them out of it, I don't know what will, because it was obvious they had finally had an opportunity to make good money and they held Caitlin Clark down, which hurt the league, starting with not putting her in the Olympic team. And then everything after that, where they didn't market her property and try to share all her awards and try to, say everybody else is the face of the league but her, and all these things that they did. They were trying to do this, and meanwhile it was hurting the popularity of the league and the amount of money the owners could have made this year. And it's without, you won't even see it, but it will hurt them for the next number of years because it stunted the growth that potentially would have happened if they had done it right the first time. So
it's their brand, and like you said, it's their brand of basketball that that slow, just kind of rough them up. That we're a tough league type concept, and people don't want to see that. We don't want to see that in women's basketball. They want to see nice clean plays. They want to get the ball, go up the court like Caitlin Clark has it, and they want to see fast breaks, nice passes. Hey, the NCAA even had someone dunk the ball. Who knows? You're kidding me? That would bring the people out of their seats, even though, you wouldn't see that often. But if you see a WNBA player start dunking the ball, oh man, let's get this going.
We've covered this in a previous video on the type of things that they need to do to make the league more popular. One is that they have to improve the likability and the attitude of the players, especially when they do press conferences, so that they are better at communicating positive things instead of, they all need public relations assistance. And so we talked about that. We talked about the fact that the prison ball, which Rob just talked about, we talked about the fact that they don't market it properly, like with Caitlin Clark. We talked about how bad the refs are and how they need to improve and not be so biased. All these things need to be done to take advantage of the Caitlin Clark effect. And even if Caitlin Clark wasn't in the league, they'd still need to do these things to be more popular, be less activist, and be more involved in just talking. So people just talk about basketball more. People want to watch good basketball. They don't care about your politics, and they don't want to hear about it all the time.
Yeah, all this negative stuff, and no one wants to hear that. Was that we have a saying, save the drama for your mama. We don't want to hear all this. And she thinks she's this good. Who cares? No one cares about that. They just want to watch basketball. They're watching basketball because of Caitlin Clark, and just deal with that and go with it. What a concept. Go with it. And like you said, Mark, relationships, human relationship. Get out there and with the coaches and the players, and have a course like, hey, when you're in front of the mics, this is what you can do. It's very simple. They do that in all the other professional leagues, but it seems like they don't really do that, And then even the coach, I don't care. I'm not going to talk to you. Oh, really? Okay. Maybe they, if they start paying them, maybe they might talk.
My hope is that the owners that don't want to be an activist league, that basically want to make money, will overrule and outvote the activist owners, and the WNBA can move forward with growth and less drama, so we can talk about basketball more. And I think that will happen, because at some point the NBA is not going to support the WNBA if they keep, fighting them. Because it's like the WNBA is doing things to not make money when they're being supported by the NBA. At some point, the NBA is going to say, "You got to stop doing this. We're trying to help you, and you're just taking advantage of it." So at some point, that's going to happen. And so we'll see what happens. But hopefully these new owners will do what the NBA should have done before and tell the WNBA quit being an activist league, because it's hurt your popularity. You got an opportunity here. Let's take advantage of it, and we'll see what happens. I don't know. I didn't see anything really change this year, Rob.
Maybe it's time to clean house, a new commissioner, a new, changing the way of life. It's time to clean house. If they have to do it that way, I would do it that way.
The only change I saw was that when the schedule came out, Caitlin Clark was on the cover of the WNBA site, and just her was there.
Right. I know. That's pretty wild. It's like, huh?
That was a start. Caitlin Clark. That was after the season was over with. They also hired, I don't know if it was a new hire or they replaced it, some refs to evaluate the refs and stuff like that. And so they did that too. But really, they've done very little. All season long, the commissioner didn't get involved and didn't put pressure on the refs to call the game tighter, to call flagrant fouls, to not let the biggest star in their league get beat up. None of that was the marketer. None of that stuff was done by the commissioner.
I'm sorry, Mark. And also, once you get the fans in, don't turn them off and say like, "Oh, you know nothing about the game," or you're just. Wait a minute, you got the fans in, and then you just like, "Well, you don't know anything about the game." You get what you say is, you can't be rooting. You have to root for other players, not just one player. How are you going to talk? So you get away from that concept too.
Some of these players have made comments in social media like, if you don't invest, don't follow us, or we don't care if you follow us and stuff like that. I can't imagine worse way to try to recruit fans than some of the attitudes of some of these players. And no other league in the world has this attitude as bad as the WNBA. Just let that sink in for a while. No other league in the world has an attitude among the players as bad as the WNBA.
I think they're good. They think that they're greater than the fans who are making them money, who will make the money.
And they're already starting out with a product that's not going to be as good as the men's because of the physical limitations. So they should be just the opposite. They should be nicer to the fans than in the NBA because they're at a disadvantage. This is nonsensical. And hopefully they'll wake up and we'll see a difference in the next 5 years. But I don't have a lot of confidence, Rob.
No,
that's up to them. I'm just here to watch Caitlin Clark.
Yeah. I don't either. Like we said before in our previous videos, maybe if she feels like she's getting the a raw deal and it's not changing, just go off to Europe and play and then see what happens to their league.
Yeah, I really would like to see a situation where Caitlin Clark basically started a new league. That would be the ideal situation because her followers would go with her and her team could say, hey, this is why we're starting a new league. And this is what we think the other league was doing wrong. We're not going to do that in this league. That's what everybody would like to see. All Caitlin Clark fans would like to that.
Right. She could say we're going to focus on. I mean, that'd be a perfect concept.
Basketball.
We're going to focus in on basketball, hiring the best referees, and then, like you said, I mean, in the advertising, promote the hell out of it. So easy. Promote the hell, not just one person. Everybody. You can have little spots of everybody. Just a promotion of the players. So I mean, it's so to us who are not even advertising, Mark. We can see what to do. We're not even in advertising. We see what they can do.
Well, it's not that hard, Rob, to see. Everybody sees it,
No.
except for the WNBA and the owners of the WNBA need to take action if they're not interested in being an activist league, which I think a decent percent of them are not. Like I said, I can't get in their heads, and I know there's co-owners. It's too complicated, but so we'll see what happens in the near future. Hopefully, there'll be. I think the changes will be slow. Let's put it that way. You'll see some changes, but it'll be slow.
It'll be very slow.
Let us know what you think down below. If you like this video, hit the like button and feel free to share it with your family, friends, and acquaintances. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that notification bell.
We're almost there. 6,000, almost.
Oh, getting close to 6,000 subscribers. We've only been around since April, so we're relatively new. And hit that notification bell when you do so you get notified of our next video. And join us for our live show, which is tonight, Monday. Every Monday, except for major holidays, 6 to 8 Eastern time. Both Rob and I will be there, and you can call in if you want to talk about this or any other topic having to do with basketball or football. If you don't see a video tomorrow, if you don't watch a video of ours tomorrow, then Happy New Year for everybody. And again, I hope everybody had a Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah. I know that's still going on, actually, right? That's 7 days long. And guess what? We want to tell you we really appreciate your support this year. Without you, it wouldn't have worked. And thanks for all the loyal listeners and followers and everybody subscribed.
Totally appreciate it. Appreciate it very much.
And if you want to show your support, you can donate with super chats and super thanks down below. And there's a link to PayPal. And we'll see you in the next video.
Shining Kuala.